What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great start to your day. And yeah, we're talking about the New York Mets once again for the millionth time and their potential trade options lead up to the July 30th MLB trade deadline. As reported earlier today through SNY, the Mets have shown interest, and I've even scouted the Arizona Diamondbacks going back to July 11th surrounding starting pitcher Merrill Kelly. So that's what we'll be breaking down in today's video. Everything there is to know about Kelly and his game, the current connection with the New York Mets, why the Mets could find themselves potentially landing a guy like Kelly, and just adding starting pitching depth overall, and so much more. So as always, guys, make sure you stay all the way till the end of the video. Follow the details on my thoughts on Kelly and what he could potentially bring the New York Mets. If you guys end up enjoying this kind of Mets content and you want to see more great Mets content like this, you know what to do by now. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, sharing this video with your friends, put on the notification bell, all those great things. Help us get 8K subs by August. It would really mean a lot, guys. Thank you so much for the continued support. But enough of me talking, let's jump right into today's video. Here we have 32-year-old right-hand starting pitcher and Merrill Kelly for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kelly, who originally started his career back in 2010 when he was drafted with the 251st pick of the 8th round by the Tampa Bay Rays, never actually played a game for Tampa and has spent the majority of his professional baseball career with the KBO, in which up until 2019, then signed a multi-year deal to come back to the States and pitch for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and currently has team control on his contract up until 2025. So there's longevity for the 32-year-old to be on the club for multiple years left going forward. And what do you get with a guy like Merrill Kelly? Well, you get an arm that is not flashy by any stretch of the imagination, but can eat innings for you, has a low walk rate, and is finding plenty of interest leading up to the trade deadline, as the Diamondbacks are clearly sellers and the Mets are surely buyers. All right, so to expand a little bit further on Merrill Kelly and his game, he has 5 pitches currently in his arsenal for the 32-year-old. He has a sinker at 92 miles per hour, topping out a cutter right around 91 miles per hour, changeup around 87 miles per hour, a four-seam fastball around 92 miles per hour, and his put-out pitch where he has his most strikeouts, that being his curveball, which is right around 81 miles per hour. So Merrill Kelly, getting the outfit out of the room. Yes, he's not Jose Barrios, but let's remember, the guys, that just because the Mets are showing interest in one pitcher does not exclude them completely from getting a different one. Like I said, the Mets are weighing all their options here. Think of this exactly like how the Mets approach their offseason, where they have all these different avenues, all these different routes to address holes in their lineup. And if you look at the team right now, they do not have starting pitching depth. We've talked about this endlessly, guys, with Jacob deGrom currently on the IL, with them beating up their bullpen left and right since the All-Star break after a 15-11 11th inning win over the Reds, which was such a remarkable and insane game for my heart and my mental health. But no less, they got the job done, but they had to use a lot of pitchers, and they had to have Trevor May pitch for the 3rd time. So the Mets, they can't rely on the Jared Eichhoffs of the world, or even Tyler McGill. As good as he has been, he's not a guy that they're sold on banking on down the stretch. Carlos Carrasco should hopefully be back with the club soon. He's going to be making a start for Syracuse, as I stated in my previous video. But no less, they want to add starting pitching. So as we talked about with Tyler Anderson in the previous video, Jose Barrios, all these guys, now we have ourselves another pitching option that would bring stability and bring depth to your rotation, and a player that you can utilize in any which way that you would foresee doing should you land him sooner than later, is a guy like Merrill Kelly. He is a guy that can be a long arm for you coming out of the bullpen, a guy that can be really in any situation that you feel is reliable for him. Yes, he has a little bit of a high ERA, but over his past 5 to 7 starts, he's looming just over a 3 ERA, so the numbers are looking far better than what they did originally. Over his past 5 games, or 5 to 7 games, he has a 4-1 win-loss record as well for Arizona Diamondbacks team that is clearly going nowhere this season. So keep all those factors in mind, guys. At 32 years of age, this is only his 3rd year actually in the MLB, because like I said, he was playing in the KBO. He's not overwhelming with his stuff at all, but he can eat innings for you. He can get the job done, and the Mets need pitching more than anything right now. So the question is, are they going to land a guy like Merrill Kelly sooner than later? The potential is obviously there, but the article does state that it is apparently a high asking price from the Diamondbacks prospect wise, which does not add up to me whatsoever. I understand that you want to start high. That's what any type of seller wants to do, but the buyer wants to start low, so you're probably going to be in that middle. The Mets are by no means going to cough up any significant prospects to land Merrill Kelly, and they do. I will honestly be floored by that notion, because Merrill Kelly has not proven to be a top prospect worthy guy to make an exchange for. It just is not happening, folks. but he does bring, again, stability to this rotation and a situation where if you do in fact land him sooner than later, because the Mets want to make deals before the trade deadline, and yes, I said that correctly, before the trade deadline, because they lack the starting pitching depth and also would like to add to the offense should they wish, even though the offense has 30 runs in their past 4 games since the All-Star break. That is very good, folks. No less, if you bring in a guy like Merrill, it does not exclude you from still getting a Jose Brios. It might feel a little less likely, but no less, with all these uncertainties, with all these pieces in the rotation, when guys getting hurt left and right, dropping like hotcakes, you want to make sure that you can bring instability there, and that is what Merrill will bring for you. Makes a lot of sense, and again, he has longevity on his contract. He is going to be having a club option after this season, I believe, but no less, if the Mets would like to pick up that club option, great. If they don't, then okay, then he can go elsewhere. They'll just probably have to eat a certain amount of his salary, but no less, they can keep him up until 2025 when he is done being arbitration eligible. So while that's something I'm sure the Mets would not like to foresee necessarily happening, there is that stability, and that's probably something that the Diamondbacks are banking off of, knowing that yes, we have this guy in control for a while. We don't want to get rid of him unless you're really going to cough up one of your better prospects, because we really don't have a whole lot going in this rotation right now outside of Zach Gallen, which I understand, but no less, they're going to be sellers at the trade deadline. The Mets are surely going to be buyers, and there are numerous teams showing interest in a guy like Merrill because of his flexibility, his low walk rate, which has been impressive as of late. And again, he's not overpowering, but he will get the job done for you, and that's exactly what the Mets need, folks. So Mets fans, I know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you like to see Merrill land with the New York Mets and Queens? Do you think this is a more feasible route, similar to like a Tyler Anderson, if you will, for the short term? And then if they really do have potential to land Jose Brios without giving up the entire farm, they very well can do that also. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, guys. And if you ended up enjoying this kind of Mets content and you want to see more great Mets content like this, endless content, especially leading up to the MLB trade deadline, where we have more individual player discussions on players the Mets are either showing interest in or players the Mets could potentially be showing interest in, and also streams coming up on the channel as well by the deadline, and of course after the deadline, for a lot of in-game streams down the stretch this season. If you like all that content, please make sure to smash that like and subscribe on, sharing this video with your friends, put on the notification bell, all those great things. You guys have been fantastic. I wasn't even trying to do this video today. I had a video in store for a different player, a position player, and I'll probably push that off till tomorrow or the next day. So let me know, guys, in the comments if you can guess who that player is. I'll give you one hint. He is a rental and he is significant. So let me know your thoughts, the comments below, and all that. And thank you so much for your continued support, guys. And of course, let's go Mets, baby.